V Code's 100 Days of Coding Challenge. Today is day 4 and let's see the question number 1. So the question is, write a Java program to convert a given float number to an integer. Your task is to take a float input and display the converted integer value. So this might seem like a new topic. So the float and integer are two types of data types in Java or any other programming language. So let's see first what are int and float. So in basic terms, integer is like a number without any decimal value. So it would look like any number like 3 or 4, something without any decimal values. But float data type are like which has some decimal value. So 4.5, 3.2, etc. So the question we have been asked is, we need to convert this integer input to int data type. So for example, we have been given input as 4.5, then the converted integer must be 4. So the output must be 4. If the input is 3.2, then the output must be, you guessed it right, 3. That's it. So let's dive into the code. So first of all, let's create the Java file. Let me name it as float to int.java. Yes, so I've got the basic structure. Let's declare the main method. Public static void main. So this main method is like the starting point or entry point for the whole Java code. So let's take the input of what? Float number. So let's declare the scanner object. Scanner ob equals new scanner system.in. So scanner is used to take the user input, right? So let's import the scanner class from the util package in Java. So that's done. Now let's use this object ob to take the user input of the float number. So let's declare the float variable. So the data type is float. So there must be the data type declared before the variable name. So let's give the variable name as num1, okay, equals, so ob dot, for integer till now we have been writing next int, right? So for float we will be writing next float. So this ob dot next float would be helpful for taking the input of a float number. If we use next int here, there will be an error if we give a decimal input, okay? So now here for converting this float number into an integer, we use a concept called typecasting. So the concept is known as typecasting. So this is nothing but conversion of one data type into another. Here we are converting this float data type, this num1, to an integer, right? So let's declare a variable to store the integer we are going to convert from here. So let's name it as num2. So look at this. Here we have declared the data type as int because we are going to store an int. So the typecasting is done like this. We'll write int and the variable name of what we are going to convert. So we are going to convert this float number into int and we are storing that into this num2 variable. That's it. This is the simple typecasting where we are converting a float data type into int and we are storing it. Simple, right? Now let's print this. So we'll print it as system.out.println and we'll print num2. So here we are going to take the input of a float number and we are going to give an output of the integer of it, right? So let's be more clear to the user and tell him to give an input of a float number. So we'll tell him as enter a float number. So this will make the user more clear that he needs to give the input of a float number. and finally we will close the object. Also we will declare here also that this is the integer output. The integer output, and here we will use the plus symbol. So this plus is generally the concatenation operator. This is used like we are going to print these both, right? So in print statement we use this. So that's it, the code is over. So now let's run this in the terminal. So let's quickly open the terminal using the shortcut Ctrl plus backtick. So first of all, let's compile the file javac float to int.java. So the code is successfully run because class file is formed. So now let's run the file java float to int. Let's enter 5.8. So what must be the output? It must be the integer value of this, right? So it will be 5. Yes, so the output is 5. So you have understood how to convert the float number to an integer output. So this is basically the typecasting. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Do join the WhatsApp group to get more updates on the VCode's 100 Days of Coding Challenge. The link is in the description below. Thank you.